What if I told you that everything you think you know about reality is just the surface of a much deeper truth? That beneath the atoms and quantum particles lies an even more fundamental structure of consciousness and energy. Today, we're diving into the mind-bending world of Keyons, the mysterious building blocks that might just be the foundation of our entire universe. You've heard of atoms, electrons, and quarks, but Keyons? These are the hidden players in a cosmic game that most scientists won't even acknowledge. And trust me, once you understand what Keyons really are, you'll never look at reality the same way again. I know what you're thinking. Another weird pseudoscience theory? I get it. I was skeptical too. But stick with me for just the next 4 minutes, and you'll discover a fascinating framework that attempts to bridge the ancient wisdom of spiritual traditions with cutting-edge scientific concepts. Whether you believe it or not, this knowledge will expand your understanding of what might be possible. So what exactly are Keyons? According to Kontic science, they're defined as dimensionalized partii composites that form within and around the fabric of partii grids. If that sounds complex, think of them as the first step in the transition from pure consciousness to physical matter, the missing link between thought and reality. But to truly understand Keyons, we need to start with something even more fundamental: partii. These are described as the smallest units of energy in the cosmos, living units of conscious identity that form the unified energy field running through everything. Imagine the smallest possible pixel of reality, but one that's alive and aware. That's a partii. These partii organize themselves into partii grids, essentially a carpet of light and sound invisible to our perception, but existing beneath and through all matter and consciousness. Think of it as the ultimate source code of reality. Now here's where it gets interesting. As partii grids form, they attract and accumulate more partii, similar to dirt building up on fabric. This process creates Keyons, which group into geometrical crystalline structures following precise mathematical laws. These aren't random patterns. They're organized, intelligent blueprints. But wait, you might be asking, if these are so fundamental to reality, why haven't mainstream scientists discovered them? Great question. Kontic science positions itself as a bridge between science and spirituality, areas that conventional approaches often keep separate. Its origins are attributed to Ashiana Dean, who claims to have received this knowledge through direct transmission from entities called the Guardian Alliance after 14 years of training. Now, I see the skeptics rolling their eyes. I hear you! Any framework claiming to have all the answers deserves scrutiny. And Kontic science has faced criticism from those who question its scientific basis and reliance on unverifiable sources. Some reviews describe it as lacking evidence and potentially inducing fear or paranoia in suggestible individuals. But here's why this is still worth exploring. Kontic science attempts to answer questions that have puzzled humanity for millennia. How does consciousness interact with physical reality? What is the fundamental nature of existence? These questions exist at the boundary of science, philosophy, and spirituality. Let's look deeper at how Keyons supposedly shape our world. They organize into Keylon codes, complex groupings that direct the contours of energy upon which forms are built. These codes are described as living light and sound patterns that our subatomic particles build upon, even setting the pattern for our DNA and body rhythms. Every entity, whether physical or conscious, is said to possess what's called a crystal body, a multi-dimensional Keylon code structure that serves as its energetic template. This structure is maintained by morphogenetic fields, which allow manifest forms to keep their shape. If you're still with me, you might be wondering, what can I actually do with this information? Proponents claim Kontic science has applications ranging from accelerating personal evolution and enhancing memory to emotional healing and DNA activation. Some practitioners use energy exercises designed to anchor higher dimensional frequencies within conscious awareness. Here's something to consider. Whether or not Keyons exist exactly as described, exploring alternative frameworks can expand our thinking. The history of science is filled with concepts once considered fringe before becoming mainstream. Remember when the idea that bacteria cause disease was ridiculed? Or when continental drift was dismissed as fantasy? I'm not saying Kontic science will follow the same path, but approaching it with open-minded curiosity, rather than immediate dismissal, allows us to extract valuable insights while maintaining critical thinking. The concept of reality having deeper, organized layers beyond what we can perceive isn't unique to Kontic science. From Plato's theory of forms to string theory's multiple dimensions, brilliant minds throughout history have proposed that what we perceive is just a shadow of a more complex reality. What makes Keyons particularly fascinating is how they attempt to explain the connection between consciousness and matter, that eternal question of how thought relates to physical reality. By positioning Keyons as the intermediary step between pure awareness and tangible existence, Kontic science offers one possible answer to this age-old puzzle. So where does this leave us? Whether you see Kontic science as profound wisdom or creative fiction, its concepts invite us to question our assumptions about reality. And isn't that what the pursuit of knowledge is all about? If this exploration of Keyons has sparked your curiosity, hit that like button and subscribe for more mind-expanding content. Drop a comment letting me know if you'd like to hear more about alternative cosmologies, or if there are other mysterious concepts you'd like me to explore. And don't forget to check out my video on morphic resonance, another fascinating theory that challenges conventional thinking about how reality works. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, reality might be stranger than we can possibly imagine.